Okay, now we got, for the most part, a nice consistent mixture. It's, there is some chunks of banana in there. You can see a little bit of the 12 grain oat flour. And now I'm going to add in some chocolate. I could have added it at the beginning, but I wanted to try to just fold the chocolate in. I don't want to end up having it, I don't want to be a mess. I want the pieces to be there. This is basically 3.5 ounces of Baker's chocolate. You can get it at any bulk store, or you can buy it in a brick. But I just basically chunked it up. It's a dark, semi-sweet chocolate, which basically means that there's not a lot of extras in it. There's no with milk chocolate they add milk and sugar. This is basically a pure chocolate, which would be nice. If you were to eat it, it's not so pleasant because there's not a lot of sweetness to it, but bittersweet dark chocolate is perfect for baking. You definitely know that there's a chocolate flavor, in what you're eating, but it's not too overpowering. And ideally, the reason why I picked it was, with the milk chocolate, there's the extra milk and the sugar in it. I'm trying to, cut this back a bit, and I want this to be, somewhat healthy. So just basically trying to fold it in just so it's there, and then when that bakes, it'll melt down a little bit, but hopefully there'll still be distinctive pieces of chocolate in it, which will make for a nice flavor. Chocolate and banana definitely go together well, so just going to move that out of the way. Now when you make a banana bread, normally you make it in a bread loaf, sort of like this. This is a little on the small side. You can see they're not very big, but you can do a normal loaf and cut it up. But for me, I find if I had a great big loaf sitting in my kitchen, chances are I'm going to keep eating that thing until it's gone. So one thing that I've done is I've invested in a mini loaf pan. And what I do is I will bake off the 8 loaves or 10 loaves depending on how much batter I have. And then I will individually wrap these and throw them in the freezer. And one loaf is basically about 2 servings, maybe 3 servings of banana bread, but it's just enough for you to have a taste that you can enjoy your banana bread and not feel like you have to eat the entire loaf before it goes bad. Then you could come back, a week later or 2 weeks later and, eat another loaf, or you can take it with you. It's good to share. You can take a loaf into work, share with a friend. I suppose you could do it with the big loaf too, but for me, I think this was best for me with trying to control my weight. It was, good portion control, and, that works for me. So basically simple enough. Got the pan. Need to spray it so nothing sticks. And because I didn't put any margarine or butter in my mix, I want to make sure it's there and sprayed very well. Good chance I'm not going to have to worry about it sticking, but just to be on the safe side. So I know I'm probably going to block the camera now, but just basically going to scoop these guys into the loaves. Going to fill them almost to the top because they will expand a little bit, and I don't want to have a huge mess, and I don't want to have great big mini loaves either. But so I'm just going to take a moment and try to divide these up as evenly as I can. There we go. So you can see I got my 8 loaves, which probably a little more in there than than I should, because these will expand, and they probably will expand fairly high, but still, it's no big deal. There's my 8 loaves. I got a 9th one here. This one will be a little bigger. Maybe this is the one I'll take to work and share and see how the other people enjoy this substitution for banana bread. And as I had mentioned, I saved some walnuts. Again, completely optional, but now we'll just put some on the top. These add a little crunch. They add a little, well, actually, if anything, they add a little, you know, decoration to the top, because, you know, you see the banana bread, you see a little bit of nuts on the top, and, you know, it looks nice, but, you know, nuts are, you know, they're high in fiber. You know, they are a bit high in fat, but it's a good fat. And, you know, they also add flavor, too, so every little bit helps. But there, I got my nuts on top of the banana loaves. So at this point, it's just a matter of getting these guys into the oven. All right, you probably can't see that too well, but I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I have my banana loaves here ready to go, so I'm going to open the oven, which has been preheated, and it's nice and hot. It burns you in the face as soon as you open the door if you get too close, but I'm going to stick my loaves in. There's one. Stick this little guy beside it. Now, typically, a banana bread, when you make it a normal size, you're going to bake it for about an hour. Where these loaves are smaller, I'm not going to quite need that full hour. I'm probably going to need maybe half hour, 40, 45 tops. So it's the same idea as cake. What I would like to do in about 30 minutes time is I'm going to come with a knife or fork or maybe a toothpick, but I'm going to stick it in the middle. If nothing comes out on the pick, then for the most part it's cooked. If I still have any of the liquid, you know, the moisture or the batter sticking, then obviously it's not ready and I got to leave it a little bit longer. But the best bet is to keep an eye on these. But I would say I'm only going to need about 40 minutes, and that might be even pushing it. So we'll come back and we'll get these guys out of the oven. Okay, time to check on our delicious loaves. There we go. They've risen very nicely. You can see they've come out of the pans really good. So let's pull them out. I gave them a rotation about halfway through just to make sure they were cooked evenly. These were in here about 30-35 minutes. So I didn't even quite hit the full 40 minutes. I did the knife check. So everything came up clean. Now I know it's very tempting to want to jump into these and put some butter on them and start downing them, but these are hot. And you will be guaranteed to burn your mouth off if you were to start chowing down on them now. So patience is a virtue. I would leave them here for about maybe 10 minutes, then take them from the rack, leave them off the rack for maybe another 10, but trust me, it'd be well worth it. The last thing you want to do is burn your mouth. You won't be able to enjoy the rest of the banana bread. So just going to leave these for a few minutes, then we'll slice up a piece and we'll give her a taste. And there's our final product. We've got 7 mini loaves there, which I will wrap up and throw in the freezer. I got one there. That's about, well, it's not quite 2 loaves, but pretty darn close. I'm going to take that guy to work, and I'll share that with the people I work with. I have a small little cubicle, and I share with a couple people, and I know they'll appreciate a little taste. And that one's for me. Here we go. It's chopped in half. You can see the chocolate throughout it. I put a little bit of margarine on top. It's cooled down hopefully enough that I won't burn my mouth. So let me have a quick taste, and we'll see if the texture is much different than normal banana bread. Oh. Moist. It's good. I mean, you know, it's not as sweet as normal banana bread. You can definitely tell there's a texture difference, but it's still good. I mean, ultimately, you still know it's banana bread, but it's not loaded down with all the extra white, sugars and that. And you know, there's a little bit of hidden fiber in there, which is always a good thing. So there we go. So that was my first attempt at baking with Cooking with Cliff. Not sure what the next show will be. I'm not sure how long the next show will take to get on the air. But yeah, there's a little treat that you can make. And again, a lot of these staples are things that are already in kitchen pantry to begin with. So next time you have some bananas browning on your counter, just leave them a few more days and make yourself some delicious banana bread. So for the next edition of Cooking with Cliff, we'll say thanks for watching this one, and we'll see you next time.